Hello friend, I want to tell you about the BMW M3 E46 car. The BMW M3 used 3.2 petrol engine in two power versions, 343 HP in the standard version, 360 HP in the CSL version. Operation, opinions and faults. Buying a BMW M3 E46 is often just the beginning of an adventure with one of the most magnificent sports cars of the 21st century. It is rare for a car to be in perfect condition, and only in such a condition can it provide driving pleasure. Sometimes the models available have mileage significantly exceeding 200,000 kilometers, which does not necessarily mean that it is worn out. Any component could have undergone repair much earlier. The engine, contrary to appearances, is not as refined as, for example, ordinary non-sporty six-cylinder BMWs. It has a lot of problems, but usually after 20 years, they are eliminated. Unfortunately, this is the trap of collector cars with minimal mileage. They can still have factory defects. The first series had fragile bearings. The later ones had fragile vanos and faulty seals. After 14 to 20 years from production, the engine can be in a variety of conditions, from a razor after renovation to a corpse that loses power but does not announce it during inspection. It is good to buy such a car with a really good specialist. Another thing is the gearbox. Due to intensive use, it may also require repairs, and the SMG gearbox complicates matters even more. Going further, you should check the drive shaft and its joints, as well as the differential. This is mounted on a support which has a tendency to break off. Of course, you should not forget about the clutch. It may seem trivial, but you have to remember about the dual mass flywheel, which may also need to be replaced. Even replacing suspension elements will cost a few $100s. With all this, electrical faults and other minor issues cease to matter. It is very important to also check the condition of the entire bodywork. This is not the same as the 3 Series, which has a tendency to corrode anyway. Different loads are transferred here, which is why, for example, the floor can crack. When buying such a car, you simply have to be aware that each part can cost many times more than for a regular 3 Series. In addition, it is subjected to many times greater loads. Most often it must be original, and its assembly must be carried out in accordance with the art. Saving $500 minus $750 on labor can pay off by spending several thousand. BMW M3 E46 common faults: failures of the vanos system in the engine, rear axle mount torn off, cracked chassis, timing chain stretching, SMG gearbox control failures, worn out drivetrain components. What to look for? Rather, with whom? With a BMW specialist. What to avoid? Buying a car at a bargain price without having it thoroughly inspected by a specialist. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know any problems with this car that I didn't mention, be sure to write about them in the comments.